How do we jam in that weekend in just 1 hour on the Real Kipper and Bourne show? Huh?
I don't know. I got no answers. Just like the Yankees trying to hit Trey Savage.
This hour is going to just fly by. So we got to get to it right away. We are live on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver, 960 in Calgary, Sportsnet Plus, and posted on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube right after the show. If you can't catch us live, I'm Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee, Jake the Snake Schultz, Derek Brandeo. This hour of Real Kipper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. Where do we begin? We got Connor McDavid signed in Edmonton. We got the Jays kicking some serious butt. And in about 30 minutes, we're going to have the Commissioner of the National Hockey League, Gary Bettman, join us.
Oh, my God.
What a day.
Get your questions ready, boys.
Just, yes.
In the meantime, hockey's biggest star is staying in Edmonton. Connor McDavid and the Oilers agree on a 2-year, $25 million contract extension. Now, let's just be clear. It's not $25 million per year.
Which would not be that much of an overpay.
This is $25 million in total, which, quite frankly, has shocked the hockey world that his AAV of 12.5 falls so low.
Like, if he had taken 15.5, I think people would have been going, hey, discount for the team. He's trying to win. 15, they'd have been like, oh, this guy left it on the table. 12.5. Holy smokes. I mean, it's arguably the biggest intentional discount a player has ever taken aside from Crosby.
He didn't get a raise.
No, he's making the same amount. This will be for 10 straight years after.
He wins scoring titles. He carries a team on his back.
Conn Smythe Trophy.
Carries a team on his back in playoffs, 3 consecutive seasons, and the man can't get a raise.
Pretty cool. If you're a classic hockey dude who loves seeing, the humility and the priorities and all these things that we say we care about, pretty cool.
Okay, there's a million ways that we can dissect this.
Yeah.
But where's your first thought? Is it just the mere fact that our best player isn't the highest paid player?
Yeah, I mean, that is the first thought, but I guess my first thought is just, holy, like, I knew this guy cared about winning, but he is essentially paying millions of his own money to teammates this upcoming year. He's saying,
Like Wallman.
yeah, maybe Wallman, but more at the deadline when they go trade for a guy that they can then fit under the salary cap. McDavid's saying, I'll give him a couple million of my own money to make sure we get him rather than someone else getting him. And that's, I mean, it's admirable, right? First and foremost, on a personal level, it's very cool. I know you don't, I shouldn't say I know. I'm guessing you don't love it from an at-large team.
Yeah, I at the face value, I think it's important that our best players look like our best players, and this salary doesn't reflect that. But we're in a different world here, and maybe we'll get Commissioner Bettman's thoughts on this world that we're in and the realities that it just doesn't happen. And at the end of the day, this is Connor's call. Could have signed this July 1st. Could have signed it in July, August. Okay, it's October. Came to the conclusion over the course of the summer and training camp that I'm not taking a dime from you, Edmonton. Not a dime of a raise.
I'm going to try to talk here, boys.
Okay, so McKee was at both games this weekend.
I went to
Jays
both games. So where I'm at right now is a miracle of modern science. Woke up this morning, could not speak. So I'm at this point. I'm not going to get much louder than this because it'll really start to squawk. But I got to speak up for my Toronto people here. Like, I'm depressed. Depressed. Because I was really starting to believe.
You must love the term.
Yeah, sure. But I really did think there that we were at this point that he wasn't going to sign, and all season we were going to get to do this. I'm a little bit upset about it, to be honest.
To speak to you and your people.
Yeah.
But it's only 24 months.
Yeah.
24 months. It's not he didn't sign for 4 or 5 years or the max at 8. He signed 2. And all 2 did is put the world on alert. We are on the clock. There better be a Stanley Cup within 2 years, or I am out of here.
It is a public, and I think that's acceptable, but it's a public statement that we have to be good. We have to be good. We have to be good in this time. We have to be good when we get 2 years from now. We have to be good. And I think that's fine to put pressure on your
I'm not
team
saying
to be
it's
good.
Toronto
No, I
or
know.
wherever it is,
But
he will look a lot harder 2 years from now if, in fact, things don't go well.
But don't you think this protects him totally now? That he signed 3 separate contracts there and that he's given them all these
Done his
years.
part.
And he took
Signed
less
for
on a
a
2-year
decade.
deal. And he's like, listen, I gave you another chance at 12 and a half.
Oh, no.
Now I'm gone.
This is,
Like,
it's all
it's-
part of it.
This protects him from the Tavares
so,
trade.
so your point is, but it's all part of it. It's like he can't say that he didn't give them every chance now.
There's,
If-
hey,
Yeah, that's it. It protects him from Tavares trade.
if he played out his last year, this year, without any commitment, he would have turned himself into a villain.
He would have had the potential to, for sure.
Potential to. Now, not a chance. Not a chance.
also-
Even if he walks in 2 years, and I know it's this year plus 2 years, but that third year, if they don't win a cup in 2 years and it doesn't look good, he ain't playing the third year. He's
That's the
moving.
option
He
year,
is. He's going to ask for trade. They're going to move him. So you are on the clock for this year and next year to win a Stanley Cup.
Which I think is reasonable to give a team who's been to the Cup final 2 years in a row.
And when he walks, no one can look him in the eye and say, "You screwed us,"
Yeah, and
like the Islanders did with Tavares.
right. Yeah, I think that's fair. I also, you've been saying during some of our first couple weeks of shows, like, what is going to change for him? He's going to wake up.
Yeah.
And what's going to be different
Yeah.
today than it was whatever.
Yeah.
And what I think was different is that we're a couple days from the season starting and he doesn't want to hear it. He wants to play hockey. He doesn't want every scrum to be,
He
what are you doing?
could have figured that out earlier, in my opinion.
He could have for sure. And I
But he
guess
didn't
it's a-
have to.
He didn't have
I think it just shows that. I think it's part of the message that's included to the Edmonton Oilers management team and the ownership that I'm not giving you the rest of my career here.
Sorry,
Right?
they just showed a highlight
So-
while you were talking.
Yeah,
So
so
it would have made it more comfortable for them, and I think that is the why he sat for so long. I'm not letting you relax, and certainly this deal should not make Edmonton Oilers fans feel any better than I know it's kicking the
does.
can
Yeah,
down the
exactly.
road.
Yeah.
It's just kicking it down the road. So. Okay, that's fine. It's better than him walking after this year to give him 2 more years. But there's still a pretty clear message here that me staying here the rest of my career is not a foregone conclusion.
He also, with this, he also put an end date on Stan Bowman's tenure, right? He 100% said, here's extra money, millions extra, $5 million extra that I could be worth that I'm not taking for the next 2 years.
more.
Well, yeah, more. Some people have said,
Kaprizov just got 17. Like, if he wanted it,
sure, you get 18,
Yes.
whatever.
Oh, he turned down 8.
8 years at a
Oh,
number
yeah.
like that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No. He turned down the biggest contract in NHL
But this
history.
is my point with-
Past Kaprizov.
Oh, I'm sure.
Just didn't want it.
Yeah.
But this is it with Bowman, where he basically said, you figure it out with all this extra money and superstars on a discount. And if he doesn't, if Bowman can't, and now they're 4 or 5 years from now of McDavid and Draisaitl and it doesn't work, I think people in Edmonton, not that they should, not that it's right, but people in Edmonton be like, you got to go.
Yeah.
You had the open window there. It didn't work. So to me, it's just a little bit of pressure on Bowman, that's sports. There's pressure.
Oh, a ton of pressure on all of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely all of them. And I don't pretend here to know where every draft pick and every asset's gone, but it's one thing to say, okay, McDavid gave you all this extra money to go fix it, but who is it? How much? And how many more assets can they give up? Like I don't think they're sitting pretty right now with an open book now to just go get whoever they want at whatever price that they think that they can pay.
They have their firsts in 27, 28.
Yeah,
So they have those assets.
Is that,
they
is
have
that,
all
is,
their
is that
seconds.
enough? Is that enough
they
to
got
who will be
all their
available?
all their seconds, 4 thirds, like they got
They do look
picks
good.
to move.
Which will all be gone.
And then
All of them.
Right?
and next year, with everyone that they've got under contract, they've still got $22 million in space or something. Like they've got room to add players to get better. So this is applies the pressure pretty heavily, but it also takes the pressure off. He's going to be there. You get him. So go ahead, do your thing. There's no reason the Oilers shouldn't be very good this year.
Well, but there's very good reason why they shouldn't win the Stanley Cup, too.
What would that be?
A goalie?
You got Connor Ingram. That didn't solve the problem.
No, well.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a talented guy. If he can go to another level, yeah, maybe. Is the defense good enough to win right now?
Well, they just locked up Jake Wallman to 7x7, $49 million contract, just 16 months after getting traded with a second for future considerations.
Yeah, what was that?
Detroit just gave up on him, and now he's $50 million D-man 16 months later. That's crazy.
You got a raise.
Yeah, he made 3.4
He got a
last year.
raise, but Connor didn't get a raise. How about anybody else moving forward here? Like, who needs a contract, and how do you go in there and say, I want a good raise?
What's
It's
Bill
like,
Guerin? What's Bill Guerin thinking?
Yeah, no one big. Ekholm next year is due. That's about it. Also Skinner.
Some suggestion that this won't help Jack Eichel and a few other
Kyle
players
Connor.
moving in, and I'm like,
It's irrelevant.
no, that's not the way it works.
If Kaprizov signs, sorry, boys and girls, Kaprizov, prepubescent boy, if he signs for $17 million and then Connor McDavid signs for $12.5, it doesn't matter. No contracts matter.
Yeah, it's almost like
It's just like they don't know.
both those deals are.
They do not matter. It just doesn't matter. So.
But I do think if you're one of Connor or Eichel, you go, that one's silly high, that one's silly low, 15 somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, you try to make the case that there's an average between them or something.
How much more depth does Mangiapane give them? Howard gives them? Frederick on the number one line here.
Yeah, I like Fred.
As a front line, kind of, can he run shotgun all year with this
Probably not.
with this line? With
Well, Hyman
Connor?
will come back at some point, right? They'll get him back in the mix, and then that won't have to be the case. So I do like Frederick. I don't know. I don't know what his ceiling is there.
I do get the sense that Kipper hates this contract.
No. Listen,
You seem bothered
This
by it.
this is go big or go home for Connor. That, like, I'm giving up 2 years of my prime earning, and he'll make it up. Who knows what the cap is in 2 years from now? But he could have signed for 18 easy, if for 2 years, but he didn't, and it's because he gets it. He gets the system and what he's up against in this system, and that's like, you want to win or you want to make money, but you can't have both.
But also, you know what, I wrote about this just last week, that he's prioritizing flexibility. And I think superstars are right to do that, particularly once they're established like McDavid. And that he's going to have contracts. He's not worried that no team's going to pay him. So what's the point in committing the rest of your career? If you're happy, you stay. If you're not, you go.
Yeah.
Whatever. Not like getting married. You know, you get the choice to move around after a couple of years if you want.
Talking about a divorce.
Yeah, those are more challenging than ending a UFA deal.
I
You
don't
say,
know,
honey,
what-
your contract's up.
I'm not following your storyline
I
here.
demand a trade.
I'm
a
thinking
UFA.
divorce, you're thinking about moving.
Yeah. My wife and I did a 6-year marriage contract, expiring soon. No.
IAV.
So
Well-
there's that one. We didn't even do Jays off the top, by the way.
It's a hockey show.
All right.
The whole station.
okay.
The whole station. Listen, the whole station's been geared around the Toronto Blue Jays.
All right.
And I saw today, like, the Leafs lines, and I haven't really, like, to be fair, I haven't really watched much preseason hockey. And
Sick,
I
thanks.
saw as I've watched 2 periods maybe. I saw the Leafs lines today, and it was literally like a cold of splat, like water in my face. 2 of the best days I've ever had at the Dome, just unbelievable, screaming for 4 hours, as you can tell. And then I look at the Leafs lines today, I'm like, oh my God, do the Leafs suck? Hopefully they don't suck.
They're not bad. I do think that it's possible that Easton Cowan's played his way not into the lineup. What do you think?
I don't really. He must have been really pissed to change this up today
After that showing against Detroit.
against Detroit.
It was bad. But, they waived Camp, who is still not included.
I get waiving him, but I don't get not using him on the 4th line.
Mhm.
Because so just so people know, Max Domi, Austin Matthews, and Nyes was really the projected line for Wednesday night against the Montreal Canadiens. Now Max moves off of that line.
Because Lawton got hurt.
Michelli moves up, and Max goes to the third line with Robertson and Dakota Joshua. And Nick Waugh goes to the fourth line with Lawrence and Jarn Krok.
You know, it's.
But why not just keep Kemp in the fourth line and then just keep everything the way it was?